Hello everybody, I hope that all of you are doing super well, and today we have a showcase of Mr. Vig on the channel because SNK was kind enough to give me early access to the last DLC in Fatal Fury, and I really wanted to use this video kind of like to make a big argument as to why you should play and try Mr. Vig as a character, because I know that even though he's a big legacy character for SNK fans, he's not necessarily as famous as Andy, Joe, Ken or Chun-Li, all the other DLC in Season 1, and he's one of the coolest SNK bosses ever, so maybe you should give him a try, and I'm gonna explain to you why, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first reason why I think you should play Mr. Vig is that he's an incredibly well-rounded and versatile character, but that doesn't play like a Shoto. You know, he's not like a Ryu, Ken, Terry or Rock-like character. He's very versatile, but on a different way, and I think that makes him one of the most unique characters that you can try in Fatal Fury, and I'm gonna explain to you why he's so versatile even though he's not a fireball dependent character. And well, when you start going over Mr. Vig's moveset, you see a very well-rounded character like I was saying earlier, but he excels at some things that a Shoto would not. For example, he has very big long-range normals, okay? So this is his 4 HP, and it is actually cancelable, and it also has a follow-up that is cancelable as well. So this is like a god button, long range and the mid range to basically check people. It gives you full combos. You can also get pressure on maybe some spaces that other characters would not. And then up close, he also has good buttons. He can connect his standing heavy punch into his standing heavy kick with feint cancels. But then he also has fireballs, and even though the fireballs are not that good, they don't have like the biggest range or anything, they can probably work really well for Oki and some checking setups, you know, when people get up, and also in this short like mid-range. But then it's not only that this is good in that range, but up close it actually gives you a knockdown, and it can also connect into some supers, so it can give you very big damage. And then he also has a DP. So he has Shoto-like tools, but they don't necessarily work or excel at the same things like I was saying that a Shoto would. But he does have a fireball, he does have a reversal, he has good buttons, good range in his buttons, and then you start seeing the other parts in which he's good than maybe other Shoto would not. Like for example, he has command grabs, okay? So he can open you up close maybe much more easily than a Shoto would, because he has access to other mix-up tools like his command grabs, and he also has a command grab super. But that is actually not it, there is even more. Mr. Vig also has a lot of really good neutral skip tools, like for example this very classic special move, which is kind of like a mid-range neutral skip, which in counter hit gives you full combos. And then he also has really good rep blows as neutral skips, like both the rep blow in the ground and in the air can work like neutral skips. The one in the ground actually has a lot of range, it's also like a mid-range check, and then the one in the air is basically like a dive kick. So okay, like we have fireballs, DPs, command grabs, we also have a lot of neutral skip tools, and again, that's not it, because he also has counters. Yes, he has the ability to counter attacks and basically get better defense than maybe other characters would, and also some setups and Okis in which maybe you think people are gonna DP, you can use the counter, and you can also do the follow-ups of the counter even if it doesn't like hit, you know, you can do them as mix-ups or as checks in pressure. So it is kind of nuts like how much versatility Mr. Vig has, even though he's not necessarily a Shoto-like character. You know, it's like a very well-rounded character that wants to play like a brawler, and even though he has Shoto-like tools, you don't necessarily need to play him like a Shoto, which I really like, and I think that makes Mr. Vig a really unique character gameplay-wise. And now for the second reason why you should play Mr. Vig, let's talk a little bit more about his buttons up close and pressure, because this is something that makes this character unique and really fun, which is that he can loop his offense when he's on top of you very easily, and he can also open you up very easily. So it is a very scary situation when Mr. Vig is right in front of your face. He has of course heavy punch into feint, which is +3 on block, and of course you can do another follow-up button after that to keep the pressure going, but he also has this insane button which is up close heavy kick, and it is +5 on block, which is a lot. And you gotta remember that in this game you can actually cancel dashes, so there is a world in which, for example, Mr. Vig can just do up close heavy kick in loop. You know, you do like up close heavy kick, you dash and cancel it right away into the next close heavy kick, and you just do it on loop. And this is a nightmare because you gotta understand that you're blocking against a character that has a command grab, a counter, more plus frame options, also overhead low mix-ups because he can get full combos out of his overhead in regular hit. He doesn't need to get a counter hit with forward light punch to get combos, even though of course it's gonna be less damage than a regular big button. So this to me is one of the things that makes this character the most fun, because he's just a nightmare to deal with when you gotta block and he's on top of your face. And all of this actually connects with the third reason why you should play Mr. Big in my opinion, which is that he does a lot of damage for a character that is so versatile and has so many ways of opening you up, because Mr. Big can do really high damage BMBs with almost no rep meter and no super meter, and if you have the resources, you can literally get 2 touch rounds out of the situations in which you are plus on block the most. So it is kind of insane that a character that is as versatile as this, that has so many tools, can actually just take you out so quickly in a round if he has the meter and the resources to do it. And when you just start, you know, like relating all the points that I've been doing in this video and things add up and add up, you're gonna see that Mr. Big is one of the most fun characters that this game has, even though maybe he's not as popular as other DLC or base roster characters. I think that it deserves for you to give him a try, especially when you take into account that the last time that we saw Mr. Big on an SNK game was on KOF 11. It's been almost 2 decades, you know, and actually it's been 2 decades, 20 years, since the last time that Mr. Big has been playable in a new SNK game, and he deserves your respect and your time if you're playing Fatal Fury to try the character out, because it's not only he's insanely fun, super unique, but he also looks so cool. This is a great redesign for the character, and they made him much older than he used to be, but he still looks incredible, really good. And I think that if you want to play this game a little bit more, you know, and just give another character a try, you should probably play Mr. Big. You're gonna have a ton of fun.
Having a fight here, huh? Well, this sucks for the both of us.
And well guys, hopefully this video convinced you to give Mr. Big a try when he comes out in Fatal Fury. To me, he has one of the most cool and unique movesets in the game, and you should really try him out. It's gonna be really fun. And then of course there's also new content that is coming with Mr. Big. There's also his new stage, which I like a ton. I think that it looks really good, and I like that it is like a very simple and straightforward background, but that it is quite detailed. I really enjoyed this stage when I was playing and, you know, learning the character out. It was really nice. And obviously, like I said earlier, don't forget to check the Fatal Fury Discord. If you haven't, you're gonna have a ton of fun there. There's a lot to do if you enjoy City of the Wolves. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. A big shout out again to SNK for giving me these opportunities to have early access to their DLC. I love their games and I really want them to do the best they can and have a bright future as a fighting game developer. See you on the next one, and enjoy Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.